Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How you doing? All right, I've got some really important things to talk about right now, okay? And this is going to affect our pantries in a big way. Okay, so the first thing is another recall. I know. So you know what? It's going to take a little bit more than coffee and a snack today. I'm sorry, okay? So there's a Texas company that has recalled a substantial amount of peaches. I know, peaches. It's like, of all things, first it was strawberries, now it's peaches. What's really going on here? Georgia, come on, help me out here, you know? But these peaches were sold in Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas over the past month. Wait a minute. Over the past month, and we're just now finding out about it. Just saying. So the fruit may be contaminated with listeria. And the peaches were sold by Brookshire Grocery Company and can be identified in a few different ways. If they were sold over the past month, chances are we no longer have them in our homes because they were probably already eaten. But I'll go on. So the recall applied to yellow fresh flesh peaches sold in bulk by Brookshire Grocery Company between April 15th and March 17th. They were sold at Brookshire retail stores, Super One Foods, Spring Market, and Fresh by Brookshire stores. These peaches were imported from Chile, so their PLU stickers may say Chile and Tree Ripe Yellow Peach on them, along with the code 4044. Okay, so if you have these, or maybe you canned them, I don't know, but chances are, if you canned them, you no longer have the stickers or even the receipt. So I wanted to put that out there onto this. Now, the United States, okay, is obviously under some kind of a planned attack, okay, of its food supply and food distribution network. Okay, we've been talking about this for months. Okay, more like, I don't know. I mean, it's been more than just months, okay? Now, the people doing this, they have to be found. They have to be stopped by all means necessary because this is becoming ridiculous now, okay? Massive flames, all right, have burned down a barn with tens of thousands of chickens in Wright County, and Wright is W-R-I-G-H-T in Minnesota. And this was just over the weekend, okay? And the fire started on Saturday at Forsman, and that's F-O-R-S-M-A-N, Farms in Howard Lake. Caused major damage, all right? And the Trebeck family, and that's T-R-E-B-E-S-C-H, thought they would spend Saturday night around the bonfire about 10 o'clock. They noticed massive flames across the field at the farm. They said it was unbelievable how quick it grew. It was insane. It was the whole sky. It was so large. They called 911. And firefighters from multiple agencies across Wright County showed up. Many of them were volunteer, okay? And a barn housing tens of thousands of chickens, it was leveled. And what a farm spokesman called a tragic accident. Now, according to the Forsman Farms website, the farm started in 1918. And now the fourth generation family farm sells more than 3 million eggs a day to some of the nation's largest retailers. Now, overnight, a fire destroyed one of our barns at our Howard Lake farm. No one was injured. We are grateful for that. First responders were quick on the scene to put out the fire, but unfortunately, chickens were lost because of the fire. We are evaluating the extent of the damage, which appears to be confined to a single structure, as well as investigating the cause of the fire. And that's what a spokesman for the family and the business said. Now, we know that there's been numerous other food and supply also torched this year, okay? And a lot of you have asked me, can you make a list? Okay. So, in April, the tragic destruction by fire of the headquarters of Azure Standard in Oregon shocked millions of people. Why? Because a lot of us shop there for our wheat berries and whatnot, right? And since the news broke, quite a few readers, and subscribers, and because I put a lot of this in my newsletter and stuff like that. A lot of you have been reaching out to me saying something's not right, something not right, something not right. You know what I mean? And a lot of us have been witnessing this coast to coast recent months. Okay. Number one, Salinas, California. Taylor Farms, right? We remember that one. The question remains on the future of the business and the roughly 1,000 people employed at the Abbott Street facility. Hermiston, Oregon. Multiple workers are hospitalized following an explosion at a food processing facility that has nearby residents on alert for possible evacuation. The explosion occurred on a Tuesday evening at Shearer's, and that's Shearers Foods in Hermiston. It's a city in agriculturally rich eastern Oregon. No deaths were reported. All right. Now, Conway, New Hampshire. Neighbors banded together to support crews as they battled a fire in Conway for about 16 hours on a Monday night. More than 12 departments and agencies worked together to put the fire at East Conway Beef and Pork. San Juan, Texas. On March 31st, 2022, a structure fire significantly damaged a large portion of the largest fresh onion packing facility in South Texas. Jonesboro, Arkansas. And this was at Nestle. The Nestle plant that opened in 2002 and then again in December 2020. Okay, $100 million to expand the frozen fruit plant, 90,000 square feet. Okay, this place makes Hot Pockets, frozen sandwiches, Stouffer's, Lean Cuisine, DiGiorno, Tombstone, and Sweet Earth brands. Now, Mouston, Wisconsin. It was burnt down February 2nd and 3rd. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Fayetteville, Illinois. Deli Star Corp., St. Louis Innovation Center. It was January 11th. Fire destroyed 75,000 square feet of a processing plant. Belfast, Maine. And this was at Penobscot, that's Penobscot, McCrum Potato Processing Plant. Leoti, Kansas, and that's Leoti. It was a fertilizer plant. Claypool, Indiana. And Claypool is one word, okay? And this was at a soybean processing and biodiesel plant. Winston-Salem, Carolina. And Winston-Salem is hyphenated, okay? This was another fertilizer plant. Hi, Bug. Now, here's another one. Sunnyside, Washington. Smoldering pile of sulfur quickly became a raging chemical fire at the Nutrien AG Solutions. LeCompte, Louisiana, and that's Lecompte. And this was at the Cargill Nutrina Feed Mill. And the next one is Maricopa, Arizona. And this was at a food pantry. Defer, Oregon. This was at Azure Standard. And then this one is Plainfield, Indiana. And this was the Walmart facility. Okay? Now, this last thing that I'm going to speak about. You know what? Commercial break. Sometimes you just need to gather your senses and take a sip of coffee. You know what I mean? This one, Fire causes substantial damage to London, Ontario chicken processing plant. So firefighters in London, Ontario responded to an early morning fire Monday, today, at a chicken processing plant in East London Industrial Park. And the fire crews, they rushed to the Cargill plant located at 10 Cuddy, and that's Cuddy Boulevard, just before 5:30 this morning, after maintenance staff noticed smoke in the building. The blaze caused substantial damage to a portion of the Cargill poultry processing plant in East London. Oh, Lord. After arriving, firefighters had to contend with heavy smoke that was contained in one section of the building. And firefighters used an aerial ladder hose to attack the fire from above. There was heavy flames, heavy smoke upon arrival, and initially they went into defensive mode to knock down the fire, and that's what the chief said. And he said that we were able to gain entry into the building and extinguish the fire, and it was contained to one area of the building. There was no injuries, okay, which is amazing, and the fire still remains under investigation. Now, as of 9 a.m. this morning, crews were clearing the smoke from the building. They're ventilating the building to determine the cause. And despite the conditions, crews managed to knock down the blaze quickly and contain it to one area. No one was hurt, which was shut down for most part of the day due to Victoria Day holiday long weekend. And there weren't a lot of people on site. They're all accounted for, and they were the ones that identified the fire and called it in. Now, this place, it processes about 100,000 chickens a day and supplies chicken for fast food giant, get this, McDonald's. So, that's all for this video, guys. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less. Ciao.